Hey friends, I'm Xenia, and I'm not sure how you found yourself here. Maybe a friend invited you, maybe you heard about Alpha online. However it happened, I'm so glad that you're here. Now, if you don't know what to expect, don't worry about that. I'll be your host. Well, I'll be one of your hosts. There are a few of us from all over the world.
You ready? Hey! Woo.
We're up.
Ready.
Every day from the moment we wake up, we have tons of questions to figure out and decisions to make. Isn't that right, Mika?
Yeah, 100%. Like, what's the playlist for today? What am I gonna wear? And what am I gonna do with my hair?
It's crazy to think, but by lunch, we've already made hundreds of decisions. Here you go, man.
Thanks, bro. Dude, check out these snacks. What should we eat?
But there are also deeper questions like, who am I? What am I even meant to do in this life? And what can I do to change the world?
And then there are those questions, the ones that keep you up at night. Questions about relationships, about belonging, maybe even about faith and if God exists.
Yeah, and then there's the big question, what's the meaning of life?
These are just some of the things that we don't often talk about, but are always in the back of our minds. And that's what Alpha's for. Yeah. Hey, bro, what are you doing? Wait. This is insane.
Let's go.
You might be thinking, wait, what is Alpha? Okay, let's break it down. Over the next few weeks, we're going to get together to listen, ask questions, and explore what truly matters.
This is a space to spark conversation, process together, and figure out what life is all about.
Yeah, that's right. In each episode, we'll hear from people of different backgrounds and ages. We will explore or unpack a different topic, and then you will have a chance to go a little deeper and talk about it with the people around you.
A few times in each episode, we're going to prompt some questions and hear some answers from around the world. And then it's over to you and your group. And if you like, you can share what you think, but no pressure.
We'll be sharing insights from a Christian point of view. Now I know, just mentioning the word Christian may get some of you thinking, am I gonna be the only one here who doesn't believe in any of this stuff or who has doubts? And if that's you, hey, that's okay. Alpha is for you. There's no expectation for you to agree with anything or everything that's talked about. This is about exploring together.
So, what's on your mind?
Why do bad things happen to good people?
Is God really everywhere?
Will I be able to achieve all of my dreams?
社交媒體如何影響我哋呢一代嘅心理健康呢？
How can I study harder but also balance it with my home life?
Kira-kira, kenapa ya ada perang?
Vad är egentligen planen med mitt liv?
Jak můžu ovlivnit svoje okolí?
Why am I going through mental health problems?
Is it normal to doubt myself but trust God?
How do I maintain real connection in this virtual world?
Of all the questions we have in our heads, here's one. What makes you happy?
Hi, I'm Jesse, and I'm going around the world asking people some of life's biggest questions.
What makes you happy?
What makes me happy? Probably just hanging out with friends.
Dancing. Acting.
I like to sing.
Figure skating.
Drawing. I love drawing.
What makes you happy?
Track.
I think playing volleyball.
Basketball. God. My family and friends.
Nice cars. Shopping. Money. Dogs and cats. Traveling.
Creating music.
Playing piano, guitar, all sorts of instruments.
I love music and I love my AirPods.
Sleeping. Sleeping. Yes.
Baby Yoda makes me happy.
Parents' love.
Reading a really good book. Eating good food.
What makes you happy?
Pizza.
Just laughter in general makes me happy. Making other people happy.
Probably just living my best life. Do whatever I want, you know?
I'm happy when I'm with friends. Everything with friends is better. If I get a hug from anyone, I feel happy.
Look at your beach, it's massive.
You know that amazing feeling you get when you pull off something incredible? Well, that happens to us all the time. We call ourselves How Ridiculous because we just do the craziest things we can think of. People seem to love it.
This is 10 glass windows.
Giant, spiky mace full of death. It all started more than 14 years ago. We were just a group of childhood mates with basketballs trying to see who could make the best shot. And from there, we just kept doing bigger and better things.
We first discovered How Ridiculous on YouTube.
Get in! And soon found ourselves travelling the world in the most amazing locations, doing stuff we could have never dreamed of.
We've got a catching competition from 165 metre down. Go, Rexy! Get to space!
That's one small step for man.
10 million subscribers!
That happiness didn't last long. One thing we quickly realised is that you can't do the same trick twice. You've always got to find the next big thing.
There's that GoPro also in the top.
But the problem with that is that, when things were going badly, when the views were lower than I'd hoped or we expected, I'd get really down. I'd feel depressed, which really, it's not a fun place to be. When I'm in the valley moments, what I'm thinking is like, well, I really need to put my hope in something better than this. There's got to be something else. There's got to be something more.
Some people think money, fame, and relationships would solve a lot of their problems. A lot of the times we chase after these things only to discover that they aren't the answer. Reality TV star Kylie Jenner has shared in the past that growing up in the limelight has caused her to lose herself at times and experience terrible anxiety. In one interview, she said, "I wake up every morning with the worst anxiety. I don't know why." For me, I thought it was education. Going to university was my big dream. And everyone said that it's the best time of your life and it's where you find yourself and you can do whatever you want. But when I got there, the reality didn't live up to the dream. I was worried about doing the wrong thing and making mistakes. And the pressure of it all got to me and it was overwhelming. It didn't make me as happy as I thought it would. So, how do we find true happiness?
Everybody wants to be happy, including me. But I say it's not everything. I've heard it said that it's like we've got this happiness bucket in our heart, and we're all constantly trying to fill it with different things. I know for me, I tried to fill it with chasing status, relationships, trying to get respect and approval off my mates. But even when I got some of those things, I was still left feeling empty. I ended up going from unhealthy relationship to unhealthy relationship. I bought things I didn't need, just to impress people, to fit in and belong. I was just left wondering, like, surely there must be more to life than this. And I wonder if you've ever felt the same. Like, no matter how hard you try, nothing seems to satisfy that longing that's in each and every one of us to be truly happy. Well, Jesus, who's the central figure of the Christian faith, spoke to this longing that we feel. He says, "I am the bread of life. Anyone who comes to me will never be hungry. Anyone who believes in me will never be thirsty." Now, if you're hearing that for the first time, it might sound a little bit strange. But Jesus isn't talking about a physical hunger that can be fixed with some food, or a thirst that can be fixed with some drink. He's talking about another type of hunger, another type of thirst. He's talking about a longing for meaning, purpose, and love. And what Jesus is saying is that he is the one that satisfies that longing, that hunger that's in every human heart. Now, if what Jesus is saying is true, then it matters. It matters to us all. I know it matters to me. My teenage years were messed up, but it's my encounter with Jesus that changed everything. Doesn't mean my life became perfect, but I found that in my imperfection and my brokenness, I encountered a peace and a hope for my future. Maybe you're sitting there saying, well, just hold on a minute, like, who is Jesus? And why are we even talking about him? How do we know what he said is true or even relevant? Well, that's what we're going to be looking at together on Alpha.
I've always loved setting myself big, ambitious challenges. There's no feeling like winning. One of our greatest ever moments was when we made a world record basketball shot from 200 metres up. Honestly, that was like the biggest moment of pure joy I've ever had. It fills you with a sense of satisfaction. It fills you with a sense of an adrenaline hit.
You've worked out a ballerina can bounce on a trampoline, the world's strongest trampoline. What's next?
After these records, they always ask, so what's next? It just makes me realise that impressing people is a never-ending pursuit. Nothing's ever going to be enough. I think at the absolute heart of the matter is almost like an issue of hope. Like, what am I putting my hope in? And if my hope is in views and fame and popularity, at some point that's going to let me down. And the reality for me, my hope has to be in Jesus. He fulfills what the world cannot. He loves me unconditionally. When I don't perform, when things don't go well, I'm not abandoned, I'm not rejected. Ultimately, it helps me have more joy, more happiness, but in a truer way. One of the things we love to do to help keep us grounded is come together and pray.
Thank you, Lord, for an amazing day. Wow, how ridiculous. This is such a blessing.
It sort of helps remind us that what happens on this shoot is not the only thing happening on the earth. So if a video doesn't perform well, we ultimately all know that this isn't the be-all and end-all.
If you had 24 hours to do anything you wanted, what would you do?
I think I'd probably spend the majority of it trying to figure out what to do.
Probably just go on a long drive.
Drive a Ferrari 250 GTO.
Go to Disneyland. I would go to a trampoline park.
Go to the moon.
Literally be in bed all day and watch Netflix.
I would like to visit all the city.
Probably go straight to Indonesia and go surfing for the whole day.
Go to Brazil and spend the entire day at the beach.
Book a ticket to the Andes.
Spontaneous road trip with my friends.
I'd go skydiving.
Bungee jumping or like something I've never done before.
3, 2, 1, go!
If you had 24 hours to do anything you wanted, what would you do?
I will eat any food that I can eat.
Probably 24 hours of eating KFC, I can't even lie.
Eat a lot of beef because I love beef.
Adopt all the cats that I can. I'll get my nails done.
I'd buy 5 skateboards. Specifically 5, because I already have 5, so then I have 10.
I'll probably go to like a mansion, bring all my friends, have a house party.
I would gather all my friends and we'd hang out.
If I had 24 hours, I would go to my favourite band's concert. Of course.
Okay. A little band geek type action?
Yeah, maybe. But what about you guys?
Ooh, I mean, I'd jump out of a plane.
What?
I feel like that's pretty fun.
Why?
Oh, with a parachute.
Okay. No free falling. No free falling.
Okay, I would spend the whole day reading at the beach.
Okay, that's that 10, Danny.
I would love to be hiking up a mountain with my dog. Put like George and little bandana.
Honestly, I would just watch movies all day. I would just love movies all day.
Guys, these are all really good. Now, let me ask you this question. Do you think there's a difference between being happy and living a full life?
Oh, that's a good one.
I think so, Zen. Like, I'd say that happiness is temporary. Like, 1 minute this thing makes you happy, and the next minute it's just something else entirely.
It's true.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with having fun, but there's got to be way more to life than just that, right?
Yeah, it has to be more than yourself, something with purpose, like helping others.
Yeah, it's like when I get to do something that impacts the people around me.
Yeah, for the community.
Okay, so then how does faith in God connect to this idea of living a full life?
You're cooking. You're cooking with the questions. So you're tricking.
There are 9 million people in New York City, and I'm just one of them.
So good.
Oh my gosh.
Guys, look at this cookie.
I'm just your average teenage girl. Being a teenager in New York City. It's like you have to dress the part, look the part, act the part. You know all the characters with all the fancy clothing. Seeing that made me feel like, okay, well, I have to be that because that's what New York is about and what I have to do to be a New Yorker. I would do whatever everybody else wanted me to, even if I didn't want to do it, just because I didn't want to make them feel uncomfortable. At the time, I thought I was happy, but what was wrong with people pleasing was that I was constantly putting myself down for others just so that they would be happy. It felt like being an imposter. It wasn't my world. I was just living in it. One day I was just going through TikTok.
God always loves you, and he also always likes you.
The video talked about Jesus' love and how he cares for you and how his home is your home and he wants you to be in that home. I felt that little tingly in my heart, and it feels like a super overpowering love. That little feeling of love, it changed my life forever. I felt loved, secure, all those things. But the main thing was the people-pleasing completely stopped. I think that now, the way that I connect with people is so pure. It comes from a place of love.
Ice skating! Here we go!
I'm able to build honest, truthful relationships where I'm able to actually put myself out there and be accepted and loved still, being myself. I'm still very ordinary. I still love going out to eat. I love going shopping. I love doing my picnics in the park. But internally, I'm completely changed. There are 9 million people in New York City, but God only made one Perla.
If God exists, what would you ask?
I don't know why this is so hard.
What's out there in space?
Why he made mosquitoes?
Dinosaurs really still confuse me, so I think I'd ask him about that.
Why does my team always lose?
Why'd you leave us?
Why aren't you here yet?
What you been up to? What you doing?
What is the point of all of this? Like, we're just here, we're working. You just work.
What's next?
I really don't know, honestly. Maybe how much he loves me?
Not really sure. I haven't really done much. I don't feel like I could ask or anything.
If God exists, what would you ask?
His thought process in creating the world, because it's like really beautiful.
Why are people hungry when there's so much food? There's so much abundance, but so much lack.
What was the purpose of creating me?
Why does evil exist?
Is there life after death? Is it peaceful? Would I be happy? Or would I just be like, poof?
What happens to those of different faiths after we die?
Does heaven exist then, and how do I get there?
What is my purpose?
I'd ask if I'm on the right track, and if not, how I can continue to be on the right path.
Jesus said, I have come so that you may have life and life to the full. The kind of life that Jesus is describing is a life full of love, joy, peace, and purpose. It's a life free from trying to fill a leaking bucket with enough to finally feel fulfilled. Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, and the life. What Jesus is saying is that I'm the way to a loving and lasting relationship with God, a relationship that fills the emptiness within all of us. When he says, I'm the truth, it's more than just head knowledge, but it's knowing the truth in your heart that you are loved and accepted by God. And with him, you can live life to the full, a life of meaning, a life of purpose, and a life worth living.
Over the next few weeks, we're going to explore how Jesus has made this possible for you and for me. That doesn't mean everything's going to be perfect. Things still go wrong. But because of Jesus, we have a hope and a purpose even when we face challenges. And it means we don't have to do it alone.
And on Alpha, we're going to be on a journey to explore all of this together. So wherever you're coming from, feel free to bring your real thoughts and questions to the table. Alpha is a space where you can say what you think and how you feel. This is your space. So welcome to the conversation.